most important thing I learned at the academy is the concept of teamwork. You have to work together. You rely on each other to accomplish your mission. And so regardless of your background, where you came from, your age, your gender, any of that, none of that really matters because we're all the color blue and we have to work together. So the concept of teamwork is the most important thing I learned at the academy.
The most challenging part of the academy would have to be the weekly exams. Even after 5 years of college experience, I still found the exams to be extremely challenging.
No me mire. No me mire. No se mueva. No se mueva.
Being a part-time teacher teaching Spanish, I felt it was fulfilling for myself knowing that I was able to help out my fellow recruits to ensure that they have no trouble out on the streets with the Spanish they have.
Estado. You're under arrest.
I believe physical training starts with the mindset. If you're strong in your mind, your body's going to follow right through with what you have. How to overcome and just never quit, never stay down, just keep going.
60, 70, 80.
Physical training, oh man, that was crazy. I thought my instructor was trying to kill me. He had me climb a rope, flip tires. They're very intense. The physical training here is very good. I remember times where we'd go 2 straight hours doing physical training.
Defensive tactics. It taught us how to survive. It taught us to understand that out on the streets, sometimes it's good versus evil. And with officer survival, it's your mindset. It's about who you are emotionally, and that ties into who you are physically. Coming home at the end of the day is a lot about how you think, not just about what you do.
I think the most challenging thing was definitely fighting Red Man, 32nd War. Those guys are huge. The biggest, most skilled officers in ground fighting, they volunteer to come out here and they are suspects and we have to take them down and just to see if we're ready to actually get in a fight. It really is a good experience, but man, 30 seconds can feel like an hour real quickly.
Mobile Field Force was actually a lot of fun. It was hot with all that gear on, but it made you more aware of your surroundings, especially where you were along the ranks, of maintaining formation. As a squad leader for Mobile Field Force, you really had to maintain control of your troops.
Slow down! Everybody slow down!
Otherwise, you get all screwed up.
Ready? Go!
At the range, they taught me a lot about the shooting and the mental mindset of actually shooting and applying that on a more consistent basis. I've shot all over the world and I've had instructors from all over the world, and they are the best instructors I've ever had, and that's a God's honest truth.
God!
The instructors were really good at slowing things down, bringing it down to our level, and took me, who's a novice shooter, all the way up to somebody who's consistently qualifying in the high 90s. And if they can do that with me in a week, I'd be impressed to see what they can do with anybody else in a longer period of time.
God!
Where else can you drive around and get actually paid to go really, really fast and almost spin cars out? It's amazing when you actually get to chase after real cars and the car's actually in front of you and you see that car in front of you and the adrenaline kicks in and it just gets amazing.
Bravo 300 en route.
It allowed us to get out of the classroom and into vehicles and see what it's really like to be a police officer. Probably the most important thing we learned during PVOC was in slow and out fast, hitting those apexes and getting to the location as quickly and safely as possible.
Reality-based training, it helps you realize that you could be shot. And if you get shot in reality-based training, you know this is where I messed up. I know I need to change something for whenever I do get out in the field so you don't make that mistake. And you can think about how you can get better. That is why we do this. That is reality-based training.
Hands up! Drop your weapon!
In one of the scenarios, you get called out to a disturbance at a hotel. You walk down the hallway. I remember peeking around a corner and there's a guy with an assault rifle. And we jumped back, we gave orders. The guy didn't want to come out. So in the scenario, we did what we were trained to do, which is called SWAT for a barricaded suspect.
Open the door, don't please!
Training with the canine was a lot of fun. It's incredible how fast you can clear a building with that canine. It was awesome because as soon as he hit that front door, it was all business.
Attention to the buildings, Dallas Police, you're under arrest. You don't come out now, release a trained police dog, you may be bitten.
And the dog went straight to the suspects, first try.
The situation simulation seems very real. It's the best way to do it, just for the simple fact that it's challenging because you really don't know what you have until you get in there. And that's when you really got to put your training behind you, your safety, your weapon safety, and your ability to talk to somebody to try to get them out.
Stop! Get on the ground right now! On the ground!
Situation simulation gives us the opportunity as recruits to take everything we've learned throughout the academy and put it together for a final product at the end. Drawing your own conclusions on the call, making arrests if need be, and then doing all the final paperwork at the end. It really gives you a good taste of what it's like to be an officer.
Stop! Stop where you are! Walk towards me!